Hi, welcome to Jackie Burns Creations. Today I am doing vintage Christmas ornaments. It is a collaboration challenge put on by Tammie at Rusted Willow and Elizabeth at Southern GMore Girls. More about them later. I hope you enjoy. So our challenge was to find thrifted items and to remake them into Christmas. My first one is the round one isn't a thrifted item. Well, it was a thrifted item, but it's not vintage. But the other ones, the little tin cups, are vintage stars. And I've used them before in some of my earlier videos, but today I'm going to make ornaments out of them. And I got this beautiful paper from Germany. They're napkins. And I have a friend, Carolyn, who put these on seashells and then put gold around them, and they were gorgeous. She's at Mommy Ramblings and does true crime chat. But she also does a lot of crafts. And that's where I found her at first. So anyway, I'm putting these on the tins with some Mod Podge. And you have to be careful with them. But I just thought these were so pretty. Carolyn was nice enough to share some of her napkins with me, so I sent her back some of mine. And she did a great job with these. So I cut that one out fully since it was bigger and left the bow on it. And I figured that must be the way it goes. I can put another ornament on the inside too, but it was the way the rope was hanging. So I have this vintage looking tinsel. It's small. I think I got it at Walmart last year. But it's perfect for this. Just gotta watch the fingers. The fingernails come in very handy. And then all I have to do is peel the glue off later. It does stick to them pretty good, but it comes off. And I did that on all three of the stars. I know I have some more vintage tins that I used last year. And I'm putting a red bow on there, and for the center I put a little bit of the tinsel. And later on I did take some of the tinsel and run it kind of around the rope. And I took some of the tinsel and cut it a length and twisted it together to make a hanger on the back. There, you could see all of them. And here they are finished. We'll show that one in a while. And here's the bigger one on the tree. So this is an open invite that they do every third Thursday of the month. And like I said, it's done by Tammie at Rusted Willow and Elizabeth at Southern GMore Girls. So this is DIY number 2. And I will leave the information in my description box on both of them and the playlist. So this is a recipe box that I picked up quite a while ago. And I did paint it white. I spray painted it because it was kind of a glossy surface and I needed a primer and paint all in one. So I'm taking some of the IOD mold transfers, molds, and see, there they are. You can see what they've got. They also have some of these in stamps. I just love the transfers. I do have the stamps also. And I'm figuring out I could put one on the inside of the lid and put one on the outside of the lid. And because of making it just kind of nondescript but decorative, I can change the insides for each season. And I have showed you before, all you do is cut them out. And they have nice grid lines that you can follow along with. So when you go thrifting, keep your eye out for wood things and recipe boxes and things that you can make into something else. That's what I like to do. So you lay it down. I'm just cutting off excess so it won't get in my way. So it's a little sticky. Oh, I decided to put this one on the inside. So it's a little sticky so it stays down. And then they give you a plastic scraper and you start rubbing. And it's a really nice heavy-duty scraper. I have used some of the other transfers and they're very nice. And their scraper's made out of wood. But this goes down so wonderful. And you just take and burnish it a little bit with your paper. And I may end up putting some decorative molds on the front of it. That I will show you that another time. I love working with thrifted items. That's my favorite. Well, besides Dollar Tree, because they're affordable. But I just love working with the thrifted items. Making something over or turning it into something else. I think that's kind of a passion with me. I know people said, well, why don't you start a business and sell? Because I used to do that, and it's hard. It's not so hard to sell, it's hard to ship. And the prices of shipping right now are just unbelievable. So I found a little spot that didn't get on there, and I can lay it back down and go over it again. Now I'm taking sandpaper, this is my finger sander, and just lightly distressing it. And I'm distressing the edges of the box. And I've learned with the transfers to use a lighter sandpaper and not a heavy grit one. Because all it does is really scratch them. If you have the lighter grip, it makes them look a little older. Gives it a little more distressed look. Where if you have a heavier, tougher grit, it just really scratches it badly. So, of course, I'm sealing it all with Mod Podge. For my purposes, it works really well. Okay, I'm cutting some foam to size. And I like to use my scraper tool. It works really nice in cutting the foam. Okay, I need 2 pieces in there. Now I have one of the chamois cloths from Dollar Tree. I'm going to lay that in there. And after I cut it, I'm just poking it down on the edges. Just because I want it to look a little more finished. Now these are some of the vintage ornaments that my friend gave me a long time ago. They're probably from around the 1970s to 90s. A lot of them came from a store named Roberts. And Roberts was my favorite craft store, but they went out of business. Because you know what they did? They invented the Cricut, and they started producing the Cricut, and they made more money off Cricut, and so they closed all their craft stores. It was such a loss. Okay, so I'm putting some of these cute little toys on there. The Santa on a present. And of course I put the bottle brush tree on, as you can see. It's always fun deciding what you're going to put on there. Now I should be able to take these all out later, and I can redo this for winter or spring.
Bunch of these Fun Month snacks. They are plant-based snacks for toddlers and babies. They have quite a few different varieties, like sweet potato.
I'm pleased with the way it came out. And there it is, all finished. I like it. Okay, DIY number 3. This I found down in Las Vegas, and I found 6 of them. And these are vintage cups. You can see a little wear on the handle, I found 6 of them, and the lady gave them to me for such a good price. She gave them to me, and they were in their box still. She gave them, the lid wasn't on there. She gave them to me for $4. It was such a good find. I found a lot of great things down there. I found a big box of bottle brush trees that had a whole bunch in them, and she gave that to me for like $6. There were probably a good dozen trees in there in all different sizes. In fact, this tree is one of them. And it didn't have a base on it, so it was perfect to go in there. Little squirt of hot glue, and there it stays. I don't know why I had the camera at a strange angle looking sideways, but you can still see what I'm doing. So I found all these little toys, or these little ornaments that look like toys, and I'm going to cover the tree with them. I love these little ornaments. And I found 2 big trays of them. Just a little glue on the back, and I could tuck them right in the tree. There's a little teddy bear. I cut all their strings off. Little angels. And I put the little angels towards the top. That one was a bell. I'm just folding the little angel's wings out. Well, I guess I put her down lower. And there it is, done. I may wrap some lights around it. I just thought about that. What an idea, huh? Okay, DIY number 4. It was hard not to do about 20 DIYs using vintage items. So I took another of these cups, and I'm going to make some faux hot chocolate. This is the first time I've ever done it. I'm doing it a little different than I've seen it done before. If you want to see the queen of faux foods, go watch Davida Lane. She's awesome. She's a friend of mine. So this is a cleaning sponge, Mr. Clean. But I liked it because it had a smooth edge. And I'm using what's the apple barrel? Yeah, apple barrel melted chocolate. Perfect color. And I just had a hard time figuring out which brush I wanted to use. And I just poured it on there and started dabbing it. I let it dry for a day or so, and I'm putting it in the cup. A lot of people use cardboard rounds that they just stick toward the top. I guess I could have left the chocolate on the edge. Made it look like chocolate had spilled out, but I went ahead and cleaned it. Now I got some caulk from Dollar Tree. I've seen some people put it in pastry bags and for cakes and things like that. So that works out really nice. But I thought, well, it's whipped cream. We'll just swirl it around and make it look pretty. And I left a little bit showing on the edge so it looked like hot chocolate. Okay, and what I did was I put a little cinnamon on it and a cinnamon stick in it and a foam marshmallow. Isn't that cute? Well, I thank you for watching, and I love each and every one of you. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe. It's free. And I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.